Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. I'm EdieAnne, if you don't know that already. I'm on my way to a party. Yay! It is a first-time hostess, and she wanted to do a home party, so I'm very excited. Scentsy. But I want to talk to you about Velata. I don't talk about Velata often, and I really need to. First of all, right out of the gate, I want you to know that if you are a Scentsy consultant, you can still recruit Velata consultants. If you are a Velata consultant, you can still recruit Scentsy consultants, even if you're not enrolled in that brand. How cool is that? So, Velata is still in its infantile. It's still an infant. It's still in its infancy, I guess is what I wanted to say. And it's pretty neat, and you know, part of what I like to explain, and whether I'm right or wrong, this is somewhat of my own opinion or my take. And you know, what happened is Scentsy's been out for over 10 years. Velata came out about, gosh, I can't remember now, 3 years ago. 3 years? I think so. And, you know, people signed up as a Scentsy consultant. They instantly signed up to be a Velata consultant because it was new, it was fresh, it was something that they wanted to be in the founding market for. And then a couple of years later, or a year later, they introduced Grace Adele. And one of the concepts that we embraced, okay, was that we could have multiple streams of income within the same company and different brands, you know, so different markets, different focuses. And you know what, to be honest with you, it was a great way to stay within the company and get paid the same way for all of the companies or the brands that we were with, and not have to jump ship into another direct sales business, which, you know what, there's a tendency that people do that. Well, Grace Adele didn't make it, and it didn't make the cut, but Velata did. And what we did find out, or what I've noticed, is that people that have put their full focus on Velata have been extremely successful in Velata. And those that have put their focus on Scentsy have been extremely successful in Scentsy. Now, there are going to be some that can do both perfectly fine. And they can, you know, bring in just as much income doing it that way. I don't believe that that's for everybody. I don't believe that everyone has the ability, know-how, skill, or desire to run two brands. You know, and I guess that kind of goes along the lines of selling for two direct sales companies. And I know that that's a touchy subject, and I'm not going to bring it up, except I just did. But we're not going to discuss it. But with all of that said, Velata is in its infancy, which means that there are still places in the Velata Founders Circle. There's still room for growth because there's very little consultants out there. And what kind of happened is, you know, all of the Velata consultants that signed up at its inception have kind of dwindled off with Velata, or they dwindled off with Scentsy, and they became strong in one of the brands. But so that means that there's a lot of room now for new Velata consultants. And I was just having a conversation with someone who's thinking about joining Velata. And, you know, it's funny because one of the reasons, Scentsy's my passion. And I am a Velata consultant as well. But Scentsy is my passion. But that doesn't mean that I don't have ideas that have come from others that I can't share to be a helpful leader in Velata. I don't like to cook. So for me, I like to eat, which is probably a good reason why I'm part of Velata, but it's not where my passion is. I'm not saying that Velata is not a good company, because it is. And there's a lot of people that are succeeding. And I did a poll today, matter of fact, in our Velata group with a lot of consultants to see how they were doing and what they were doing. And some of their ideas were absolutely brilliant. And if I had the gumption to want to entertain, to want to cook, those ideas would be phenomenal. There are so many ways to make Velata go that it's incredible. I mean, yes, there's fondue, there's chocolate. That is a very consumable product, right? So people are going to want to keep coming back for chocolate. And I would use the same concept that I use with Scentsy, that you are sharing the product and the opportunity like you are with Scentsy, instead of selling. Because it makes it so much easier. It takes the burden off, okay? And there I've got videos about that as well. So, you know, Velata has so many different opportunities to share with customers and share the opportunity so that they can share with customers that are really, really fun. And so, you know, things like having freezer meal parties or home tasting parties, you know, fondue parties, barbecues, recipe making parties. There's so many different options to Velata that would appeal to someone who loves to entertain, who loves to cook, who loves to create recipes, who loves to share food and eat food. You know, so if any of those kind of hit the spot with you, then Velata is probably going to be a really good fit. You know, so there are chicken in the roads. Sorry. There was chicken in the road. The bonus of living in the country. You know, the raclette has so many possibilities. The raclette is a griddle. It has a griddle top with a grill side and a flat griddle top side. It's got the stone that can be hot or cold. They've got the 8 trays underneath that can be used in a baking style or a broiling style. And there's so many different things that you can create with them. I mean, I've seen people do apple crumble cake. I've seen people do cookies, s'mores. They do omelets. They do vegetable sautés. They do all kinds of things in those little trays under the raclette. That's just the little trays. You know, so on top, you can pre-cut all kinds of things from vegetables to, you know, potatoes and meats, and have those all prepared so that when you're sitting around the table, you can all cook what you want to eat. You know, if you've got somebody that likes beef but not chicken, or chicken but not beef, make a little bit of both available so that it can be cooked by whomever likes whatever. How fun is that? And think about the conversations that you'll have around that appliance, sitting on the table, around the table with your family, your kids, or your husband and your wife, or whatever. The crepe maker, look, we're not even going to go there. I love the crepe maker. There are so many things. And you know what? Crepes are not just for dessert. Someone showed a picture of a Velata lasagna. I mean, a crepe lasagna. There was like 12 layers of crepes with all kinds of stuff in between. Holy yumminess. Okay, so see, the problem with me is that I love food. So if you want to create it for me, I'll eat it. But there are so many people out there that are so awesome at creating, and they're so awesome and love cooking and love doing all of that stuff, that this would be such a phenomenal fit. You know, so people are having parties where they bring food, or they bring something to prepare, and they use all of the Velata products, like the knives and, you know, the peeler and the scissors or the shears and the rubs, the Velata rubs, and, you know, they have the crepe mix and the raclette, and I mean, you could be creating stuffed candies and dessert things with the chocolate and the meltables, and oh my God, I could go on and on and on. Velata rocks, and I'm not just saying that. I don't sell a lot of it. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, because I don't try, and that is the bottom line. And the bottom line is because I don't enjoy that as much. It's not that that's not a good product, because it is. I love to eat anything that's created with Velata. I just don't want to put the effort in to make it. So there's the honesty coming out. But I have got numerous ideas up here of how to make Velata work. You could have workshops, Velata workshops, cooking classes. Oh my God, the list goes on and on and on. And you know, a raclette would be perfect for a student in a dorm. It would be perfect for an individual who's by themselves. Remember, I've done a video about that. It's also perfect for a family. I've seen families get 2 so that they have enough griddle space for all 8 of their family members. So, and you know what? Hosting a Velata party, you get half price and free credit, just like you do at a Scentsy party. So you could be earning some of these things at half price or even for free. Selling it or being a consultant for Velata, you could be earning commission plus hosting your own parties and getting product for half price and half off. I mean, half off and for free. I don't know. It just seems like kind of a win-win situation. And I think that there's a lot of room for growth. There's some things coming down the pike. I will be going to the Velata convention in September in Boise, Idaho. I'm really excited about that because I'll get to learn a lot more. And you also get to get a sneak peek of what's coming in for the new catalog, and that's always exciting. You know, so I would challenge you to question yourself if you like to entertain, if you like to cook, if you like food, if you like to create recipes, if you like to create desserts or make special things for people, every year at Christmas time, maybe you're the one that makes all of the chocolate peanut butter balls and the Oreo balls and all of that stuff because you're really good at it, then Velata is what you should have in your life, whether it's the product or the opportunity. And it's something that I would love to talk to you about. So let me know. Because Velata is it. It is the in thing right now. We have it all the time at home. I mean, we melt Velata all the time. And one of Ben's favorite new things, and I don't understand it, but hey, if he likes it, great. He likes rice cakes. And I like rice cakes too, periodically. But he likes rice cakes, and he will melt Velata because it comes in the right portion size. And he will melt Velata and put it on top of his rice cake and eat it. And loves it. Like, loves it. So, it can go anywhere. And I'm telling you, the chocolate is amazing. My favorite is the caramel milk chocolate. My mouth is watering just talking about it. It's amazing. I love it on strawberries. I love it on bananas. I am definitely a fruit dipper. But I also love to dip pound cake. I also like to dip vanilla wafer cookies. I also like to dip pretzels. Some people like to do bacon. I like to drizzle it on popcorn. There is just so much that you can do. And the lady I was talking to today, she said, you know what I love about Velata is if I don't use all of it, she says, I'll remelt it on a cookie sheet and make chocolate bark. Like chocolate bars, and wrap them up in foil for the kids. Like, really? That's awesome. There's just so many ideas out there. So if you're interested, let me know. I would love to have you on my team so we can grow it together. I just think that Velata is such a spectacular company. I just wish I had more cooking gumption in me. You know what, to be honest with you, I am still a consultant, so that means that I must be doing something if it's not only feeding my own chocolate habit. And that's okay too, because I make commission off of my own buying. How good is that? That's totally a win-win. All right, you guys, I will see you all on the next video. Have an amazing night. better yet, make it an amazing night for somebody else. And I will see you all later. If you're interested in Velata, let me know. Bye.